A lot of you ask our other team members at the Medicare family, why don't you represent this company? And it's typically a little Blue Cross. And to you, it's not little. It's like the biggest Blue Cross in your state. It might be the only Blue Cross in your state. And, from your vantage point, it might be big. Like they're everywhere. Well, they might be very little. If they're only in one state, they're little. Now, Florida Blue, I would say, is a different one. They're very big and they're only in one state. But all the rest of them in your state, they're very small. So you'll say, why don't you represent them? They're great. Now, I can't say they're not great because that violates my rules governing insurance agents. I'm really not supposed to tell you that they have $1.7 billion of losses in the last quarter. And I'm speaking of a specific local Blue Cross that's close to my home state of Indiana. It's very close. I'm not allowed to call them out and say, hey, the reason we don't represent them is because they're not going to be in the Medicare Advantage business very long because they're not making any money. They're too small. And you're like, oh, that sounds like sour grapes. You just don't represent them. I don't represent them because I don't want to represent them. We're independent agents, so we represent dozens and dozens of companies. At one point in my career, very recently, I represented 150 different companies. So it's not that I don't want to represent all of them, which there's thousands, but we pick and choose the companies we want to work with, the companies we see of value for you. And a lot of this is too much how the sausage is made. You don't really want to know, and we don't go into this deep. But people that ask us and they go, oh, you don't represent so-and-so small company? Then I don't want to work with you. I can't say, you maybe do a little research on that small company. Don't just talk to your friend that said, oh, I love them. With Medicare Advantage, if they're not making money, your benefits will get smaller. Your plan will likely exit or they'll get sold to somebody else. In other words, there's going to be some rigmarole that you're going to be involved in. When they're losing money, when any insurance company is losing money, they're going to be negotiating tighter contracts with doctors and hospitals. And that's one of the first things you'll see is that a hospital network will drop out. Your doctor will no longer accept them. And you're like, what's going on here? They're not going to tell you that. You have the internet. You can research, and there's no one site to go and see everybody's financials. We subscribe to different paid platforms that we can see it on the back end as insurance agents. That's why I say when you work with an insurance agent, there's so much that we're bringing to the table that you will never see. And like I said, we can't tell you a lot of it. I'm not allowed to disparage other companies, even with what I say is completely true. Even if it's right here on the internet and I'm still not supposed to show you that I'm not supposed to do that. So I need you to take it in your own hands. If I say, oh, we don't represent that company, you read between the lines. You read between the lines why we don't, because we could, why we don't want to. So the companies that we can represent, that we do choose to represent and can offer you, they all pay us about the same. So people think, oh, you're trying to enroll me in this company because they obviously pay you more money. No, they pay us about the same, all of them. So that's not it. We're trying to find you the plan that best suits your needs, that plan for that year based on what's going on with that company. Sometimes companies are rising. There's a very big company right now that's rising. There is a very big company right now that is declining. There's a giant that's very stable and getting gianter, So we bring a lot of experience to the table. If you need help with Medicare, we're licensed in all 50 states. There is no obligation. Just go to our website, book a free consultation. Go to themedicarefamily.com. There is the yellow button. Click on the button. Pick a time. We'll call you. We never call somebody that hasn't booked an appointment. We never cold call strangers. We all hate those people. We are not those people. So if you would like us to call us, book an appointment, ask us when to call, and we'll answer your questions, help you. Remember, there's certain things we can't tell you. You'll have to read between the lines. If you learned something today, please give me a follow. I would appreciate it. If you like this video, you might really like this video. Check it out. And we'd appreciate if you subscribe to our channel so you never miss a great video. We put out one every week. Check in the description below this video for a link to our cheat sheet on Social Security and Medicare. And you can also give us a comment if you have a specific question. Always feel free to call us or email us at the Medicare Family.